welcome everybody to New Orleans and the iconic Caesars Superdome, the long-term home of the All-State Sugar Bowl, which this year, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive and keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the number 3 seed in this playoff, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the number 2 seed in the playoff, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. It's been a tremendous college football playoff so far, and it's down to this, the semifinals. Which team will head on to the national championship game? Kickoff team out there. We are about to get cranked up for this semifinal collision. Bringing it out, it's Smith. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Handoff here from the shotgun. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Sets up as a 3rd and 3 here on this opening possession. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. He'll throw it now. Receiver makes the catch. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a 3rd down early in the game, a chance to get him off the field. But instead, this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
The Ducks begin a new series here, 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. And the ball is hauled in. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's another completion by this quarterback. Another great gain in a first down, and already over 30 yards through the air. This quarterback is in a zone here to start this game.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Makes a quick catch. Tackled at the 8 after the completion.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Bringing pressure. He's swarmed by the defense. Didn't quite get the playoff in time. Welcome, everybody, to New Orleans and the iconic Caesars Superdome, the long-term home of the All-State Sugar Bowl, which this year, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before the national championship game. We'll find out here today which side has the toughness and the depth to keep driving toward that ultimate goal, the chance to raise that gold trophy over their heads. As we'll see the third seed in this playoff, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the number 2 seed in the playoff, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit, and here we go, a college football playoff semifinal. Which team will keep their national championship hopes alive today? Kickoff team is out there, and here we go with this playoff semifinal game. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Offense moving to a bunch formation. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain.
Chris, what a way to start this game. All this hype and build up in the playoff game. Offensive line says, hey, put it on our back. We'll be able to get things going. And if you can keep running the football like this, man, does it open up the entire playbook.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Dropping back. It's Sharp. Receiver makes the grab. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
That completion makes it second and medium. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Bought some time, now lets it go. Not easy to bring down. The cornerback finally gets the job done.
Well, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Oh, and he fumbles. Offense recovers the fumble, maintains possession.
Well, it's a good job by the defense to force the fumble, but you have to have the collective awareness for someone to get on top of it. It's a lucky break for the offense.
This Kentucky offense is quickly moving down the field. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the 37.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
Looks to the left for a quick throw. He pulls in the catch. They bring him down at the 5. Solid gain, though, in the completion. The offense sets up in scoring position with a new set of downs. Receiver in motion now. Quarterback making some changes at the line. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. And he just throws the ball away there and lives to play another down. That's a smart choice on first down.
How about the defense's effort here? You're dealing with one of the more athletic quarterbacks in the country. Anytime he scrambles, you better have 3 or 4 guys pursuing the football. They do a good job of affecting his rhythm by pressuring him to the whistle.
Stop for no gain defense. Very stubborn here down near the goal line.
Boy, this defense is stepping up here early in this game, really controlling the line of scrimmage. Just nowhere to go on this last play. And now we've got a third down, a big opportunity for this defense to get off the field.
The pass rush closing in. Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
This is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
He knocks this one right through. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0. We come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. Fielded in the end zone. Big Smith. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. First down here for this offense. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Quick throw complete to the tight end. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Love to see the short passing game as a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable and allows you to see how the defense is reacting. That can open up for other things later on.
It's third down. Quarterback in the shotgun. Fired into a tight window and picked off. Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Wildcats. For the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kurt.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows him what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
Bringing it out, it's Smith. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick 6 last time out here. First down, looking to throw the ball. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. You get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
Boy, nice completion here by this Oregon offense to be able to show you it's not just about the quarterback's ability to run. Often you associate that with that Oregon quarterback, right? That dual threat guy that can run it. Do not forget about their ability to throw the football out in Eugene. Think about Darren Thomas, the career that he had. He started for a few years, took his team all the way to the national championship, made some big throws. And Justin Herbert, of course, enough said, we see it every NFL Sunday what he can do. 4-year starter for the Ducks. We're still seeing these Ducks quarterbacks being able to throw the football.
Getting set. Here's second down. He drops back in the gun. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down.
It has been a tough first half in this playoff game for this offense. They cannot get anything going through the air. Not only are they down the scoreboard, but there's really nothing to build around as we get ready to go into the second half.
That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Well, this defense has been incredible all year long, and they continue to be that way in the postseason. Just getting after this offense, whether it's putting pressure on the quarterback, great coverage downfield. Right now, they are dominating this game.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they settled for a field goal, but really worked on the clock. Let's see if they can do that again with the lead. He's escaping the pocket now. And it's the senior getting home with the sack. He's going to lose yardage there. The defense closed in and forces him out of bounds.
Good pressure here by this defense, but it felt like the quarterback held on to the ball a little bit too long to come up with that sack for the D.
That sack makes it second down and forever. They'll run it here. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the fourth quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. He'll take a deep shot. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kentucky. And now the try here for the extra point. And the PAT puts them up 17 now. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. This one will be fair caught. And the Ducks' powerful offense is back on the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
Nice job here by this back picking up a first down and living up to the legacy that they have in Eugene. There have been so many good backs. I mean, the list goes on and on, but right off the top of my head, you're going to start with Kenyon Barner and Michael James and throw in DeAnthony Thomas. What a golden era it was for the Oregon Ducks when it came to running backs. They're still trying to live up to that to this day.
Important second down play coming up. Keeping it on the ground here. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Chris, the thing that I love about this play is the running back showing great patience and then the vision to find that hole and then accelerate through it for a nice gain.
On first down, it's play action. Defense is coming after him. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Handoff from the shotgun. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down. A gain sets up a third down play. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Junior steps up and makes an impact play. The Ducks will crank up the tempo. Fourth down, he's throwing for it. Trying to create outside the pocket now. And he finds his target. He has the first. And moves the ball to the 35. Another first down.
Well, the defense is in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on fourth down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. From the gun, he looks for an open man. The pass is intercepted. Going the other way, can they stop him? Finally steps out of bounds after a long return. What a play by the defense.
Now, this guy obviously did what he needed to do to get himself ready for this game. It's a favorable matchup. He's got a lot of confidence. He's already come up with 2 interceptions in this game alone. Locked in on what he needs to do to be in position and making plays for this defense.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down. So after the incompletion, it's second down. Back to throw. It's Sharp. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. To deny a touchdown.
Chris, that ball... straight up into the air, that's anybody's ball. The defense does a really good job down in this area expecting the pass. The ball's in the air. Ball gets tipped. Keep in mind, the offense or the defense can get underneath that for a play. The ball hits the ground for an incompletion.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. It is incomplete again. 4th down coming up.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
And that is no good. But there's a flag down. He might get another shot at this. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. So 1st and 10 for the offense after a costly 4th down penalty on the defense. Quarterback drops back. Quick throw testing the middle. That's going to be incomplete. A 4th down drop here in the middle of the field. Incompletion sets up a 2nd down. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. Jukes to get free. The pickup is 9. That's what they're looking for. Sets up a 3rd and 1 now.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Kentucky now operating in the red zone. They go with a direct snap. He's stopped, but he gets a 1st down.
Nice 1st down run here by this running back. And these are the kind of situations on 3rd and short that you can gain a lot of momentum, or it can kill a drive and kill the confidence of an offense. Here they pick up the nice 1st down, which is great, new set of downs, but it also gives you a lot of confidence that you can wear that defense down psychologically.
Kentucky getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Back to pass. It's sharp. Pressure is coming. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. And the ball is knocked loose. Who's got it? Covers the fumble. It's a turnover.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down this quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
Heads-up move by the head coach using that challenge. Officials will reverse the call on the field after taking a closer look. Runner finally brought down, but at the 5-yard line, defense getting pushed back here.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice, solid gain.
So here we go, 3rd down. Defense needs a stop here. Try to force a field goal attempt. We've reached the 2-minute warning here. Let's see if this offense can build on this big lead before halftime. Here we go, 3rd down, close to the goal line. They can still get a 1st down without scoring. Shotgun formation here on 3rd down. He's moving out of the pocket. Intercepted in the end zone. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
I love this quarterback's athletic ability and the way he can create and improvise. Unfortunately here, he just didn't locate the defender, and he throws the interception.
Looking to throw it on 1st down. The pocket breaking down. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Running out of time in the pocket. They've got him. It's a sack for the defense.
I mean, that's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, and you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. Got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the first down marker.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up 4th down. The Ducks will bring their punt team on the field now. Looking to kick it away for the 2nd time. This is a low liner. This won't go a long way. They'll down this one at the 40. And here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. The last possession ended in a dreaded red zone interception. Let's see if they could bounce back from that costly error. Fires this one deep middle. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Well, the offense coordinator with the right call, trying to take a shot there, but just poor execution. They couldn't come up with a big play. Let's see if the coach tries it.
He'll take a deep shot here. Catch made down inside the 20. Finally brought down to the 13-yard line. An enormous gain puts it in a great scoring position. Kentucky has moved into the red zone now. Scanning the field. It's sharp. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
They'll try the ground game here with the running back. Couldn't quite get in. Tackled down at the 2-yard line. Excellent run.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time run.
He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. He's missed it. The extra point is no good. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. The shotgun running play call. Moves the ball up to the 30. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's running out of time here. And the sophomore making an impact play. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. Looks like 1 more play here before halftime. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. And that falls incomplete as time runs out in the first half of play. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And they'll kick it off to begin the second half. From inside the 15-yard line, bringing it out. Still going. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Ducks. He will score. A kick return for a touchdown in a playoff game. This stadium has come alive.
How badly does this guy and this unit want to get to the national championship? This is huge and a game-changing moment that I think we may be looking back at as a turning point in the game. Great blocks and great speed there for the touchdown.
Try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. And he'll make it into the end zone for 2, cutting the lead to 15. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And the deep kick will sail out the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. First play of the second half is a handoff.
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Looking to pass. It's sharp. That's a bullet right into the heart of the field. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion. Another chunk play. This offense is really clicking. And looking to throw now on first down. Looking for his big tight end. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's first and goal.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody and allows you to continue to spread the ball around.
Touchdown, Kentucky. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly.
And that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a third or a fourth later today.
And the PAT is good. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Smith. And he's brought down to the 27-yard line. Decent return. And the Oregon offense comes back out on the field. They start the drive with a quick throw to the right.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down.
Well, this defense has been lights out all year long. In fact, it's been one of the best pass defenses in the country. Big reason why they're in this playoff, and they're living up to that standard today.
Out of the gun now on third down. Quarterback takes off now, looking to scramble. They make the tackle, but that scramble earns him enough yards for the first down.
Boy, this is so deflating for this defense on third and short. Good coverage downfield. They take away all the short routes, but the one guy that they don't account for is the quarterback and his legs. Picks up the first down by being athletic there and great awareness.
Here comes a handoff. Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down to the 47.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll run it here. Running back has the ball. Tackle, but First down.
Was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
And the Ducks look to keep this drive moving. They're going to run it. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
A gain makes it second and medium. Offense switches it up here, looking to throw the ball now. Lets it go quickly. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
On third down, he drops to throw. Dumps it down to the back. Caught. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain. The Ducks looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole.
Football comes out. Looks like the defense has it.
How about this defense flying in there? On the ball, they do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
So the challenge doesn't work. That'll cost the head coach a timeout. We'll see if that comes into play later in the ballgame. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Crucial takeaway.
This offense just blew an opportunity. Have a nice lead here in the second half with the football. The last thing you want to do is turn it over, and they put the ball on the ground and now give your opponent a chance to get right back in this game.
Catch made on the left side, and he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Second down after that completion. Out the play fake, he'll look to throw it. They've got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Looking to throw it on third and very long. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. Touchdown, Oregon. Strong game by this quarterback. That's a crucial score. Let's see if they can build momentum and complete this comeback.
Well, I know they're still trailing, but that score is a great first step in trying to break down this lead. You don't want to leave it all to the fourth quarter when the pressure really intensifies and you have limited time.
From the shotgun, drops back, and it's caught in the end zone for a two-point conversion to cut into this lead. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. Here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. That fumble in the last possession set up a touchdown. Can they bounce back from that costly error here? And the running back takes the handoff.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Here's the second down play. And now the handoff. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Man, that is an impressive run here by this back. Not only to be able to pick up those big yards, but what I love to see is the mental toughness. This guy put the ball on the ground the last time he had it. The coach doesn't shy away from getting the ball very next time out, and he delivers with a big gain.
And it's complete downfield. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball to the plus 40. Kentucky getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. To throw, it's Sharp. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Tackle made after the completion.
Wow, they get positive yards here, but you have a sense that they wanted a little bit more with that pitch and catch.
2nd down play coming up. Handoff here from the shotgun. He'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, in his playoff game, no adjustments, go right back to giving his running back to football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
He'll hand it off. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Now it's 2nd down here. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Bringing pressure. Oh, a throwaway there. Gave up on the play, but now it's going to bring up 3rd down. They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. The pass rush closing in. Incomplete and nearly picked off. They waste an opportunity for a much-needed takeaway, but it does set up 4th down. Coach elects to try for 3 points and sends out the field goal unit. Field goal try, no good. Off the miss, the lead is still 14 at 2 possessions.
That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown, at the very least 3 points, but instead, he shanks it.
This should be the last play of the quarter. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. Looks like he didn't get the snap off in time. That'll cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag, doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
All of this pressure and sacks are starting to impact this quarterback. You can sense that internal timer is sped up a bit more than usual.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down. The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Oh, and it's incomplete, and the drive ends right there.
Chris, I understand being down a couple scores, it's 4th down, you've got good field position. Hey, let's keep this drive alive. I understand why you go for it. Unfortunately, not able to execute it. This could cost him the ball game.
Second down after that previous play. Looking downfield, it's Sharp. Defense is coming after him. Using his legs on the scramble. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer. Yeah, I was watching this guy in pregame. He's got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Bringing it out, it's Smith. Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he'd left that one in the end zone. And the powerful Ducks offense retakes the field. The last possession, they came up empty, went for it on 4th down in their end and got stopped. That one is incomplete. Took a downfield shot on 1st down but missed it. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. After the incompletion on 1st down, looking to throw it again. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. It's a short return. They bring him down to the 22, but this defense steps up and makes a big play.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoffs. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
On the run, he'll let it go. Touchdown, Wildcats. To stretch the lead, the route is on. Well, no surprise for an offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
Fielded in the end zone. Big Smith makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And that powerful Oregon offense retakes the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Throws it to the right. Makes the catch downfield. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
Chris, here we are in the 4th quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
And the senior quarterback, lucky it didn't get picked off, almost made a freshman mistake. So 2nd down after the incompletion. It's press coverage now from these DBs. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. And he's got it. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. And they've got him down at the 3. Big gain on that completion. The Ducks will come to the line to crank up the tempo. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks. The offense still out there. They're going for 2 here. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. And it's picked off in the end zone. I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. And looks like the hands team are able to recover the football. And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. They'll use that running game, trying to bleed the clock here. Defense makes the stop after a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Breaks free down the left side. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Kentucky. And the route is on. It's an easy job for the play caller, right, Kirk? They can't stop the running back. Feeding the ball. Scores again.
Yeah, I came into this game really thinking we'd see more from this quarterback and all these wide receivers that they have, but instead, it has been the back. And as a smart play caller, you just keep going back to the guy with the hot hand.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Bringing it out, it's Smith. And they stop him at the 11. Not good field position to start the drive. And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. Back in motion now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Sacked. It's a loss back to the 6.
Man, how impressive have these guys been in this football game? I really expected to see a very different outcome with the hype of this quarterback and the way he's played most of this year. But this defense has held him under 200 yards passing. They've got a nice lead, and they are not sitting back and resting on their laurels. They're applying more pressure, and they come up with a sack here.
And he lobs it deep down the middle. And is intercepted. Not a great return, but the important thing, the pick wipes out his scoring threat. They'll set the offense up at the 31.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
And that's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. So 2nd and 10 after the previous play. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
What a shot, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed along with really dominant offensive line play.
Pass caught. Can he get in? Touchdown, Wildcats. And this one is getting ugly. Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Fielded in the end zone. Big Smith. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. And the Ducks' powerful offense is back on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Receiver makes the catch. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. The Ducks come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. Play action fake, looking to throw. On the run, he'll let it go. And he's got his man open downfield. They've got him, but not before making first down yards. They'll move the ball to the 41.
Boy, Chris, great timing here with the quarterback against that zone defense. Waiting just at the right time to deliver it into that window to pick up a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And he's going to float this one to the right side. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots. Get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
Quarterback escapes the pocket. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete. And we've reached the 2-minute warning here. This offense needing to score and then get the football back. Now the offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 41. Finds his man. Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength. Back to throw again. And here comes a deep shot. And that's interception number 5. When will this QB get the hook? And he's got some open field ahead. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. And, of course, they'll work the clock here, keep it on the ground. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
Just another example of this offense, Chris, doing pretty much whatever they want to do. They've been able to run the football. Offensive lines held their own in pass protection. Quarterbacks had an outstanding day. You add all that up, it's a big reason why they're up by such a wide margin.
And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
You know, it's not always the flashy play. It's not always you have to throw for a big touchdown or make a huge run as a quarterback. Sometimes it's just being efficient. Take what the defense gives you, move the sticks, keep the drive alive. That's the energy, that's the momentum you really want to play with as a quarterback.
They bring him down, but a solid game there on first down. Looks to be just inches short of the marker. Second down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Breaks the tackle, gets into the clear. They make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given a quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to.
Got space, looking to score. Touchdown, Kentucky. And the beatdown continues. And they'll set up for the PAT. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And a misfire there on the kickoff as it goes out of bounds. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. He's past the 45. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. That's a massive play. Moves the ball to the 14, and just like that, they're in scoring position. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a first and goal now. And the Ducks will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
Well, first of all, I'm impressed that the user has not turned the game off and reset their plan into the final whistle. And the offense is following your lead by playing hard and gaining some confidence for next week. You're not going to win this game, but I'll tell you what, you're a trooper.
The offense is out there. Here comes a two-point conversion attempt. Off play action. He's looking to throw. Receiver makes the grab. And he steps out of bounds just short of the end zone. Couldn't quite get there. Well, that's a great performance in the pressure moment. But now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play and be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship. That says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically. And they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.